Okay. So this is Rebecca Jane from Yoga with Rebecca Jane. Welcome to our second session of our flow, stretch and breathe practice class. Today we're going to be continuing with some flows, but also some moments of stretching. But throughout the whole practice, we'll be continuing to do that Ujjayi breath, which is that deep diaphragmatic breath. Two things we're concentrating on is breath awareness and conscious breathing this week. So breath awareness is you're just simply observing your breath. It's your opportunity to kind of check in with yourself. How am I feeling? Where's my breath? Is it high up in my chest? Does that mean I'm a little anxious, or I'm flustered, or I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed, whatever it might be, excited? If your breath is lower, that's a question, you know, maybe I'm calm, or maybe there's not much happening, maybe I'm very tired. So the breath is helps us understand ourselves, how we're feeling at that moment in time. And then we have this phenomenal ability to change from an automatic breathing into conscious breathing, which is the only system in the body, our respiratory system, that we can actually do that too. And what that means is we can change how we feel just simply by changing how we breathe. And this is one of the most important things to learn from yoga, other than, of course, you're getting all this wonderful physical exercise and stretching. But it also helps us to make sense of how we can kind of adapt our breathing to how we might want to feel. So if we want to feel a certain way, so I want to feel more calm, or maybe I need more energy, how do I go about doing that? So the first thing I do is I'm asking you these 5 series of classes is, how do I want to feel? So each time you sit down, the question is, how do I want to feel? And from that, you can you not only adjust the breathing, but you can also adapt what do I want to do that's going to help me feel more like that, as opposed to doing something that doesn't align with that feeling. So if you want to feel more calm, you don't necessarily eat fiery things or do fiery stuff, you know, get involved in activities that make you more uptight. You might do more meditations, you might do yoga, you might go for a walk, whatever that might be for you. Okay, so we're actually going to start on our backs, lying on your back, with your knees pointing up, feet flat on the ground. Let the arms rest on the ground or on your tummy, on your rib cage. Just for the first few moments, I want you to center yourself, paying attention to the breath. This is breath awareness, letting yourself experience where your breath is right now. What kind of breath is it? Is it choppy? Is it smooth? Is it almost imperceptible? So just take the first few moments this is the awareness piece, just becoming aware. And now we'll be moving into conscious breathing. So it's just the awareness. Okay, so now you kind of get a sense, well, what do I need more of? So let's start to move. We're going to go into our conscious breathing, Ujjayi breath. Take your hands and place them on your rib cage with your middle fingers touching. And as you take a breath in, expand the rib cage, feel the middle fingers drawing apart. And then as you exhale, bring the middle fingers back together again. Inhaling, the middle fingers will naturally pull apart, and as you exhale, the middle fingers have come back together. Keep doing this a few more times. If this doesn't happen naturally, you're feeling like you're having to force the fingers apart, that means you're not breathing into your rib cage, and it's a skill. So don't go crazy trying to, you don't need to know exactly how to do this. It's just a practice. So we keep practicing. So you don't have to be perfect at it. And then the next exhalation, slide the hands down to your pelvis. Take your thumbs and your index fingers, place them together, and your heel of the hand on your hip bones. And the thumbs are just below your navel, and your index fingers are on your pubic bone. And we're going to begin to rock and roll on our pelvis. As you inhale, arch the spine, and you'll find the index fingers are lower than the thumbs. And as you exhale, press the lower back into the ground, index fingers higher than the thumbs. Inhaling, rocking forward, and exhaling back. Notice the rise and fall of the pubic bone. As you inhale, it drops. As you exhale, it lifts up. Let's do a few more rocks and rolls on this pelvis, inhaling and exhaling. Keep going, a few more breaths here. And then release the hands from the pelvis, place them next to your legs, next to your sides, and scoot yourself a little further forward on the mat because we're going to start our flow series now. Place your hands next to your sides and tap the heel to that tip of that middle finger. So you have to open up your feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Let the hands rest back down on the ground, chin slightly tucked. Take a breath in and arch your lower back. So this is the bridge flow. Exhale, press the lower back into the ground, and then lift the arms up as you lift your tailbone off the ground, the lower back off the ground, maybe the middle back, maybe the upper back, and reach the arms back. Keep a space between your chin and your chest. Inhale at the top and exhale lower down. Starting with the upper, the middle, the lower back, let yourself float all the way down. Take an inhale, arch your lower back, and then exhale, start to float back up again. Full exhalation until your hands drop onto the ground, and then take a deep breath in, and then you exhale, lower back down, starting with the upper and the middle and the lower back, and finally the tailbone and the arms next to your sides. Two more of these flows on your own, using your own, going at your own pace. You can close your eyes here as we stretch out the spine. And let's do one more set, unless you're already in the middle of it. Feel every vertebra as it touches the ground. Try and feel the spine as it unravels. And then place the soles of the feet together whenever you're ready. You don't have to rush this. Place the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open up and bring the arms into that cactus shape. Bend the elbows until so the elbows and shoulders are in line, palms facing up, and breathe in, opening up your lower back, and exhaling, pressing the lower back into the ground. Let's take two more breaths here. Inhaling, Ujjayi breath, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. Let's slide the hands next to your thighs, help your legs together, and then hug your knees into your chest. Little rocks and rolls from side to side. And then cross your ankles, either roll up or come onto one side, and let's come onto our hands and knees. find yourself, slide your feet back until they're at the back of the mat. Let's come into our child's pose. Open the knees for a moment until they're about maybe the width of your mat, big toes touching. Reach the arms forward, let the elbows soften down. Reconnect with your Ujjayi breath. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. And inhale. And exhale. The next inhalation, slide forward until you're in a tabletop, but stay on your forearms. And we're going to do cats and cows here. Let's do a cat and cow flow. So inhaling, arching your spine, looking forward. Then exhaling, rounding through the spine, cat stretch, looking back. Inhaling, arching, lifting through your heart. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, arching, cat. Exhaling, rounding. This time, inhale, arch, and press back into the child's pose. Keep your forearms on the ground, and then I want you to inhale, slide forward through the cow. Then exhale, round through the spine, slide the hands back toward, the arms back towards your knees, and sit on your heels or come off your heels if this doesn't feel good. Sweep your arms up to the sky, take an inhale. We're adding on to this flow. Exhale, forearms on the ground, slither forward through the cow. And exhaling through the cat, slide your hands back. Lots of tummy work needed here. Inhale, lift the arms up, maybe a little arch of the spine, and exhale, lower the forearms down, slide forward through the cow. One more time, exhaling, rounding through the spine, sliding those hands towards your knees, and then inhale, reach up. And this time, exhale, lower down, we're adding on. Sliding forward, now we slide all the way forward, inhale, then exhale, lower down, elbows stay under shoulders. Inhale, lift your heart forward, Sphinx pose. Exhale, slide the hands next to your chest, pick your bottom up and lift up, just a little lift of the bottom. Then exhale, round through the spine, press back onto your heels again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe in back bend, exhale, few more sets of these, slither forward, bottom stays up, yeah? Inhaling, lift your heart, and then exhaling, sliding the hands back, and then lifting up through that cow stretch, sitting back on your heels, and lift your arms up. Let's do one more set, inhaling, slithering forward, keep slithering, bum stays up, and then finally lower down. Either staying here or bringing the hands a little bit closer in and lifting your elbows up, just letting them hover, squeezing the elbows in towards your sides, and take a breath in and out. So now we're freezing and breathing. So we're stretching, but we're breathing. Ujjayi breath. Inhale and exhale. Keep our energy moving through the body and opening up that heart, and then exhaling, lowering down, sliding the hands next to your chest, lifting back up now onto your hands and pressing back into your extended child's pose. Stretch the arms forward, elbows off the ground. Take an inhale, and you either stay here or exhale, follow me, downward dog. Breathing in, keep the movement, breath moving. You can do whatever you like in your downward dog. If you like to bend and straighten, feel free to do that. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, let's find yourself to the front of the mat. And then once you're settled into the front of the mat, open your feet a little bit wider than hip distance, or maybe even as wide as the mat. Let yourself soften down, little
sways from side to side. Keep your breath moving. Inhale and exhale. Now keep the feet where they are, bend the knees, take a breath in and release the arms to the ground. Then sweep your arms all the way up to standing. Sweep, 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 stretch, stretch, little back bend. And then exhale, let yourself float back down. Let's do a few more of these. Take an inhale and exhale, reach all the way up, stretch, 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 stretch. And then exhale, float all the way down. However you like to float down. Arms out to sides, arms in front. Let's inhale. This time lift up halfway and you can place your hands on your shins. Exhaling, forward fold, and inhale, lift up. This time take a breath in, and as you breathe out, release, come back into your forward bend. Take your right hand underneath your face or on that left thigh, that left shin. Bend your right knee. Take an inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky, stretching. Take your wrist of that left hand and just circle it around. Take an inhale, lift back up, and exhale. Bring that left arm back behind you and then circle it around. And then place it where the right hand is. Replace that right hand, place your left hand down, bend your left knee, and inhale your right arm up to the sky. You can't touch the ground, just place that left hand on the right shin. And then circle your right wrist. A few times in one direction, few times in another, loosening it up. And then reach your right arm back so that behind you, and then float it down towards the ground and place it now next to your left hand. Take a breath in and bend the knees and then roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Once you lift up, roll the shoulders back and let the arm and lean back, drunken back bend. And then lift up nice and tall. I'm going to have you straddle your mat, but first with the legs only about hip distance apart, maybe slightly wider. Because we're going to be using the length of the mat for the majority of the rest of the class. So inhaling, lifting your arms up and bending the knees. So I'm going to just switch around so you can just see me. Take an inhale. And then exhale, reach the arms back behind you. Then inhale, lift back up and straighten the legs. Exhale, bend and sweep your arms back. Inhale, lift up, using your core muscles and thigh muscles. Exhale, reach back. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Get your heartbeat moving a little bit. Exhale down. And one more time. Inhale up and stay up. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a pause here. Freeze and breathe. Inhaling. And exhaling. And inhale. Gently open your eyes, release the hands next to your sides. Open the feet out wide, so that we call this a horse stance feet, Charlie Chaplin feet. Feet are quite wide. Bring your arms up to the sky, straighten those legs. Take an inhale and exhale, float the arms down and in front of you. This is a plie. Inhale, lift up, squeeze your bottom cheeks, inner thighs. Exhale, float down, inhale up. Exhale down. You can go slower than me, faster than me. Exhale down. Use your muscles, your leg muscles, bottom muscles. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. One more time. Inhale up and then bend the knees. Place the hands on the thighs, thumbs pointing forward, and just lean forward for a moment. And then take an inhale, and then exhale, twist your right shoulder towards your left knee. You can come low or stay up.
You don't have to come as low as me. Inhale, lift back up, and exhale, left shoulder to right knee. And then inhale back to center, right shoulder to left knee. And then inhale back to center, left shoulder to right knee. This time lift back up and then hold for a moment. Just straighten both of your arms and then release your hands to the ground. Turn your toes forward and actually slightly in. Open the feet a little bit wider. Then bend and straighten. So inhaling and exhaling. So your hands can be on the ground, they could be on your ankles, on your thighs if you have to stand taller, a chair, a table. Breathing in and out. Ujjayi breath. So feel now we're opening up the hip joints. I absolutely, for some reason, love this one. I'm not sure why. Maybe you do. So now what we're going to do, you're going to bend your right leg and you're going to straighten your left leg. Either keep the left foot forward or come onto the heel with the toes pointing up. A different type of a stretch, and hold that stretch. So you can use a table, like a coffee table if you need to lean on something, or blocks. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. So freeze and breathe, right? Then take an inhale and exhale. Place your left foot back down and then bend your left knee and decide what you're going to do with that right foot. Either keep it flat or come onto the heel. More of a hip opener there. Take a breath in and breathe out. And in and out. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, now place that right foot down and then turn your toes forward and roll yourself all the way up to standing. Now from here, turn your right toes forward. Keep your back toes slightly turned in and bend your front knee, warrior two. Make sure they're in line with one another. Take an inhale and exhale, straighten your right leg and fold over that right leg. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Then take an inhale, come back into your warrior two, bend your front knee. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, place your right forearm on your right thigh. Reach your left arm up to the sky, and then bring that left arm behind your back. You could grab hold of extra clothing or maybe even the right inner thigh and breathe in. Either look towards your left shoulder or look down towards your right foot. Pressing into that right arm, opening up that waistline, extending through lengthening through the spine. Powerful. And then take an inhale and reach the arms back out and exhale, warrior two. Release the hands down. Take a breath in. Turn the right toes forward and then exhale. Turn your left toes to the front of or the back of the mat, whatever portion of the mat that is. And heel toe that left foot in just a little to the right until both feet are even. There's a slight turn of the back foot. And then bend your left knee and reach the arms out, warrior two. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, straighten your front leg and fold over into triangle as you exhale. One full breath here, inhaling and exhaling. One more time, inhale, lift back up, re-bend your left knee, warrior two. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, place your left forearm on that left thigh, spin that left palm up, press into that left leg, reach your right arm up to the sky and bring it back behind you. Now, I suppose some of you, that might hurt your shoulder, so then you could just leave it up. Push into that left thigh, create space between your leg and your waist. Open up that right shoulder, breathe in
and out. And then take an inhale, unwind your right arm, reach it up and help yourself back into your warrior two. And then just turn the left toes forward, or, yep. And then whatever's the front of the mat, turn the toes that point to your front of the mat forward. And then place the hands on the ground and step back, downward dog. Ooh. Lower the knees to the ground. So that, we've done a lot of hip openers. And then sweep your legs forward, standing poses, all body strengtheners. Let's take a breath in, let's reach the arms forward. And we're gonna just roll down just about halfway. And we're gonna hold, you're gonna take an inhale, and you're gonna exhale, twist to the left as if you have a ball between your arms. Inhale back to center, exhale to the right, working our oblique muscles and spine. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, roll over that imaginary ball on your thighs, and inhale, lift up nice and tall. Exhale one more time, just down halfway, working these tummy muscles, oblique muscles. Inhale, hold, and then exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back to center, and exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center. This time, take an exhale, lower yourself all the way down onto your back. And then stretch your arms away from your legs. 30 minutes. It goes in a flash, doesn't it? You don't even realize you've worked your entire body. Hug your knees into your chest. Let your breathing, pass your breathing back to your unconscious part of your brain stem, so you don't have to think about it now. Open the arms out to the sides. Let your knees drop to the left. So what you've done is you've manipulated your breathing to a place that just feels probably just right. And you then hand it back to the unconscious breathing, or the unconscious, the brain stem. But it goes back differently. And then if you have to calm yourself down again or energize yourself, you take it back, you do a conscious breathing, and then it goes back again. So you use this back and forth movement. Inhale the knees back up, give yourself a hug. Until finally you're more in the middle ground of your breathing, more of a healthy way of breathing on a regular basis. Let your knees drop to the right. Doesn't mean you don't get excited, it doesn't mean you don't get scared or anxious. But during those times you'll learn how to calm yourself down so it doesn't overwhelm you. So that's what this is all about. Giving yourself control over your breathing and how you're feeling. Hug your knees into your chest again, and let's extend our left leg to the left corner of the mat, right to the right. Prepare for our Shavasana, well-deserved Shavasana. Let your chin slightly tuck, soften the shoulders down, palms facing up. Wiggle yourself around a little bit until everything's resting pretty much on the ground. Most of your body, not everything, but if you need to exhale through the mouth just to deflate your belly a little bit, let it go and let yourself just relax here. No more observing of the breath, no more consciously breathing. Just let yourself be. So there's no effort, you're just lying here, resting for about 2 to 5 minutes. And as you continue on, I will find my way up to seal the practice for this session. So you can always turn this off and continue on with your Shavasana. And letting yourself explore eventually how you're feeling from the class, the shifts that occur when we, how we shift from the beginning of class, the practice, to the end. How much, and I don't care what's happening with me,
I always feel different, and it's always positive difference. I could be calm beforehand, but it's just different. It just makes a huge difference that we're moving on a regular basis. This is 30 minutes, 5 days a week. It's like brushing your teeth every day. It becomes a habit. What I'm learning is that we can't just depend on discipline to keep a regular exercise regime. That we really need to actually create a schedule, a regular practice, or whatever exercise you're doing, or else you won't do it. Discipline isn't strong enough. It has to be almost an unconscious thing. You just do it. As I bring my hands in front of my heart to seal our practice for today. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Namaste. And for everyone, this is Rebecca Jane from Yoga with Rebecca Jane. I hope to see you soon for the 3rd session on flow, stretch, and breathe. See you soon.